The Yankees win another series, this time taking 2 out of 3 from the Orioles down in Baltimore, and they've had some unlikely contributors assist in winning early on this season. So let's talk some Bronx Bomber baseball with New York Post Yankees beat reporter. That would be Greg Joyce. Greg, how's it going, man?
Good. How you doing, Dexter?
I'm doing well. Yankees are doing pretty well. Fans have to be happy. 6-3 record early on. And Greg, despite all the injuries, the Yankees have been getting quality performances from their starting pitchers. Nestor Cortez was strong in the series finale against Baltimore. And Johnny Brito, he's been solid in his first 2 career starts. Do the Yanks have more starting pitching depth than we may have originally thought here?
Well, at least so far, so good. Obviously, what they've gotten from Johnny Brito in his first 2 major league starts are just about as good as they could have hoped for. Obviously, the depth kind of falls off a little bit from there, although that's kind of what we said after, about the line after Clark Schmidt and Domingo Germán coming into camp, because Johnny Brito wasn't exactly a known commodity, heading into camp. He was kind of their number 8 guy, I think, heading into camp, and all of a sudden 3 starters go down, and he's starting the season in the rotation. So obviously he's, making a case for himself to, make the decision hard on them, at least as far as when Luis Severino comes back, which might be later this month or early May. Carlos Rodon is probably a little bit behind him, or maybe early May as well. So obviously, for now, that's going to be the rotation. And if Johnny Brito can keep on giving those consistent starts, he's going to give them something to think about, especially if Clark Schmidt doesn't turn around here soon. But is so far so good from what they've gotten from Brito, who, like you said, an unexpected contributor.
Yeah, definitely an unexpected contributor, but Yankees fans and the Yankees will absolutely take that. I want to talk to you about Anthony Volpe, because we talked about him last week, and he struggled at the plate. It's early, small sample size. Should fans be concerned about his hitting, or should they be encouraged by the fact that he's still been solid defensively?
Yeah, I don't think any real concern offensively. He's still so early. Obviously, there's going to be so much focus on him given what he did in spring, winning the job and hitting really well in spring. But it's a big adjustment going from not just spring training to the majors, but from AAA, where he only had 22 games, to the majors. So obviously there's going to be an adjustment period there. He had the triple on Saturday night going the other way. That's a good sign. He's still got that power. He's still having some good at-bats. I know he said, him and Aaron Boone said he's been kind of chasing here and there a little bit before then. But for the most part, he's had some good at-bats, still getting on base. So I think that's the most important part, is that, he doesn't look too overwhelmed at the plate so far. And I think for most rookies coming up, the first few weeks are kind of an adjustment period, getting used to the pitching here. And like you said, the defense has been there, and they've been happy with the base running, everything like that. So, and they have long preached the makeup of this kid too. So I think they're kind of leaning on that, considering, hoping that can kind of, carry him at least until his bat starts to heat up.
Yeah, you got to give him some time. He is adjusting to the majors, as you said, and we are only 9 games into the season, as I mentioned before, small sample size theater. But the Yanks, they've won each series that they've played. It's the confidence of this team, Greg, which isn't whole right now with the injuries we talked about. Is their confidence growing as they continue to win series?
Yeah, I think it's got to be, like you said, with the number of guys they have down right now, to have a lineup in the rotation they do, and to have won all 3 series so far. That's big. They've gotten contribution from their big guys. Obviously, Aaron Judge, 2 more home runs on Sunday. That always helps. But they've gotten, other contributors too, up and down the lineup, and then the rotation, like we talked about, Johnny Brito. So that they're getting it from a lot of different guys. The bullpen too has taken some hits, and they've generally been pretty solid. So, they're going to try to keep stacking these wins as much as they can, and kind of holding the fort down until the rest of their full lineup and rotation can come back.
Yeah, we'll see if the Yankees can continue their winning ways. They are headed to Cleveland, face the Guardians before they come back home. Greg Joyce, he'll have you covered there on the Yankees for the New York Post. Greg, safe travels. Always good to talk to you. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Dexter. Appreciate it.